All right, welcome to our second video for today and also our explanation of our final presentation project. So on day 28, we have the final project. I have some directions for you here. We also have a rubric that you can look at that's going to tell you how I'm going to grade your final project. What I want you to do is make sure you have all these checked off. Make sure you have a background slide for your country, all the questions on the slides answered. Make sure it's at least 15 slides long. Now that includes the title slide and the sources. So you're going to get a few slides that you don't have much on. You have to have at least one transition effect. We'll talk about those in just a second. And you have to have speaker notes on each slide except the title slides. Now, I have an example here that a past student has done. I'll leave this posted in Google Classroom so you guys can see it and kind of look at what I'm expecting. So this is their example slide. Let's start by talking about the transition. So your transitions are this right here. If I open this up in a presentation mode, notice that when I click, it doesn't just change. It actually fades in and out. Now these are pretty easy to create in Google Slides. They're not something that's hard. All you have to do is come out here to the main menu, click slide, click transition, and then that opens this up and you can pick which transition it is you'd like to use. Now, I don't care which transition you use, I just want you to use some kind of transition, so you can show me that you know how to do that. All right. On to the formatting. So I want you to make sure you have a background photo that represents your country. Make sure you have a second photo for your country here. It could be the flag, it could be something else. It's totally up to you. And then each one of our slides here, except for our title slides, is going to have a event of some kind. So this student picked the establishing of England as an event. We have three short bullet points here that your viewer's going to see when you're presenting it. Then if you'll notice down here, they have a couple sentences of text. This is just for them. So when you're presenting something like this, these are called presenter's notes, and you're going to get the presenter's notes, but your audience doesn't. So what I want you to put down here is what you would say or things that you would use to remind yourself so you can talk about the slide. You should spend about 35, 40 seconds on each slide when you're doing a presentation at a bare minimum. You don't want to read off what's on the slide. Your audience can see that. Your audience can read those. If you want to write a script, this is where you're going to do it. It's down here in the presenter notes because your audience is not going to see those. The last thing I want to talk about is sources. This is the one place that some students struggle with. So notice that this student has the URL and then a brief explanation of what they did with this information. What I would like you guys to add to this is a full citation. We've worked on this. I want it done in APA format. So these should be done in full APA format citation. Now, this student had way more sources than I would expect. You can probably get away with 4 sources on this. And remember, your sources can come straight from your essay. That's kind of the purpose of having you guys revise the essay so many times, is so you're not having to rebuild on this portion of it. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Hopefully this explains everything well enough, and you guys have a good day. I will see you all soon.